It's important. We are all here for this meaningful peace summit. We only think about peace when there is unrest outside in the world. Now we are going to have the lighting of the lamp. For bringing out the peace, we have to always have something that gives energy. And what best way if we light the lamp? I'm going to be lighting the lamp in front of you all. There's a small candle and a small earthen pot, which has been made by my children, with a small Om written below. So we are going to be discussing about it, role of homemakers. I'll start with, wait a minute. All right. So it's very auspicious to light the lamp, which gives us energy. I hope we all have this energy for our work, for our health and happiness in the world, which is most required at present time. So it's very auspicious to light the lamp, which gives us energy. May this session play an important role in all our lives and understand the value of homemakers. So when we light the lamp, we have something which gives you a little bit more energy. So I'm going to recite a Gayatri mantra, and I request the people who know the mantra to please recite it with me. A mantra which brings tons and tons of happiness and peace for all the people here. Please join me in reciting this mantra. I'll share the screen for you all so that if you want, you can recite the mantra with me. Okay. Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this mantra, I'll just say for the meaning of the mantra for everyone here. We meditate on that God's glory. We meditate on that God's glory who has created the universe, who is fit to be worshipped, who is the embodiment of knowledge and light, who is the remover of all sins and ignorance. May He enlighten our intellects. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you everyone for reciting this mantra with me. I'm really honored and humbled to be here on this platform on Rest in Peace versus Live in Peace. Zalina, over to you.
Thank you, Ruby. It's an honor and pleasure to be here with everyone, sharing this beautiful, peaceful space. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to our moderator at this session, the role of homemakers in bringing peace, Dr. Ruby Bakshi. She's an award-winning innovator, educationist, TEDx speaker, expert, trainer, and wrote her book on virtual learning, so an author. She's a highly acclaimed, powerful speaker on emotional intelligence and women empowerment in the global market. She's a recipient of many national and international awards for conducting successful workshops across the world in United Nations, Geneva, London, Bahrain, Amsterdam, India, Nepal, China, Paris, Portugal, and Prague. Her contribution towards education and society has been recognized by World Book Records in the UK. A warm welcome, Dr. Ruby Bakshi. It's a real honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jelena, for such wonderful words. I'm really, really humbled and really honored. So before I start this session, I would just like to keep the lamp that we just lit for peace in front of God. Okay. God who is blessing us, and he's there. So now I'm going to be talking about and giving this peaceful initiative that has been taken by none other by a very dear friend, Chanchal Bhargava. I'm really happy that Chanchal took this initiative, especially during these, times when everyone needs peace. Everyone is looking for peace. So thank you so much, Chanchal. I would like you to say some words. Why did you think about initiating this peace summit in the very first place?
Thank you, first of all, Ruby, for all your words of wisdom to me. And, the beauty of words always exhibits our thoughts, our emotion towards others. And that's what the beauty of peace also. It starts from appreciation. It starts from within. It's the tranquility which we attain with our karmas in our body, mind, soul. While writing about somebody's, on somebody's death, I was just about to write. Usually we write, no, may his soul rest in peace. So while writing, I just stopped. I thought that our soul always rests in peace. Souls are always peaceful. What we should look forward is to live in peace. When the person remains with us, why don't we make peace? Why don't we appreciate for small, small things for each other? That time, we never say like that. We have several conflicts. We have several things in our mind about each other. It might be jealousy, it might be hatred, it may be competitions, may be anything. But when the person leaves or when the person dies, we speak something like that. We miss them. So that's the reason a thought came, I just shared, and people appreciated, and we thought to conduct this event. And soon I got 18 more hands to join, that they are there with me and they will take it to a move. And today we are doing this. So that's the spirit that's there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anchal, for such words. And being the founder of 3H Companion, just the name of your foundation, 3H Companion, is talking about friendship, a companion for life, a companion whom you can always rely at any point of time. So thank you so much for such enlightening words, and a very warm welcome to everyone who is here in the show, everyone who is coming, to all the viewers who are watching us, to all the people who are here, a very, very warm welcome. And now I'll start with introducing my dynamic panelists of the session today. So I'll start with the very first person, who is the keynote speaker for today's session, my beautiful friend, Giselle Ruffer. Welcome, Giselle.
Thank you.
I'll just give a small introduction about the lady who doesn't really need an introduction. Giselle, she's a president and creator of Delon's Watches. She's an experienced motivational speaker. Her passion is to create beauty and harmony in her life and around her. Her mission is to empower. Her creation, the Delon's Watch for Women, serves as a model of creativity, courage, and excellence for all entrepreneurs. And I'm very proud ambassador of Delon's, and I proudly wear my Delon's watch right here. Very, very warm welcome. Very, very warm welcome. Our next person who will be here and talking about, before we begin, I just want Giselle to say a few words before I introduce the next person. Yes, please.
I am very happy that you invited me. You are my jewel. You are my ruby. And I really love you so much. And but I will speak about myself later, I think so.
All right.
I am very honored and very proud to be invited by you.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. Our second panelist, who is also a very dear friend of mine, is Conchetta. A beautiful friend of mine, Conchetta Spitaleri. Hello, Conchetta. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Ruby. Hello. Very happy to be here. Very, very happy to be here with these beautiful ladies and pacemakers. Thank you very much for the invitation, by the way. Thank you.
Conchetta, a small introduction about her. She's a founder and owner of Rosa Pew, long-lasting floral art. She's also the president and founder of Willow Thrive. We innovate, we resist, we win, the motto of the Thrive. With all the women who are there, they are together, they resist, they keep on coming with ideas, and still they believe in winning and finding happiness with each other. She's from Belgium. Very, very warm welcome to you, Conchetta.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Any words that you would like to share before I introduce the next person?
Well, just to say thank you. I think we have a lot of things to share, and just a little bit of ourselves that can be inspirational for whoever is watching us. And always always very humble. Always very humble.
Wonderful, wonderful. Our third person, and dynamic panelist out here, is Nina Sachdeva.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Nina. She's another dear friend of mine. She is a holistic coach in homeopathy in Switzerland. She has been practicing homeopathy for last 26 years. You can't make it out. She's so beautiful, you can't make it out. She's passionate about holistic health. And she says, I integrated this approach into practice after seeing the immersive benefits of this in my patients. When used in tandem with Western medicine, she believes this holistic approach has a very great potential. Welcome, Nina.
Thank you so much.
Anything that you would like to add on?
Yeah, I'm humbled to be here and already feeling very peaceful with such beautiful peacemakers. And
great.
Yeah.
Really great, really great. The last but not the least person who is going to be on our panel before we start the discussion is another beautiful friend of mine, Zalina Valchili. Welcome, Zalina.
Thank you so much. It's a real honor to be here with so many beautiful peacemakers as well. Great.
Wonderful. I'll just give a small introduction of Zalina as well before we begin. She is the CEO and founder of Zalina Swiss Organics based in Switzerland. She says, I'm an indie beauty entrepreneur, a premium, and she is working on a premium and sustainable Swiss skincare line, Pristine, a global conscious, holistic health and beauty wellness company with her own name, Zalina W Services. She has more than 30 years experience in beauty. Guys, can you guess that? More than 30 years and she looks so young.
No.
She is a podcaster, a certified integrative health coach, yoga and meditation practitioner, a wealth advisor, and an IT consultant, and also an author. The list goes on and on. So a warm welcome to all my panelists. I'm really, really proud and happy to have you all here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really great. Yeah.
Great. So just before we begin, I would like to ask Giselle. Please, Giselle, introduce who the real Giselle is. Who is the homemaker behind this dynamic lady? Tell us, please.
First, I think I have to say that I am the older daughter of a family of 5. And that makes you see your childhood is accompanying you all your life. And my father died when I was 8 years old. And my mother had a shop. She was a businesswoman. And so very, very young, I was in charge of my small sisters. And that made me, everywhere I go, I am the daughter, the sister, you see. And sometimes it's even difficult for me because it is difficult for me not to play the old sister, you see, looking after the other and so on. And that is something I have to take care that I don't have to look after everybody because sometimes it is disturbing for them. And that is perhaps one of my characteristic, is that I want to pamper everybody. And I have 2 children. I am the grandmother of 3, and my daughter is living in Canada. Actually, my son is in Switzerland, but he intends to establish in Bali. But he was in Bali, just came back for a few days, and there was a lockdown. Now it is more than 1 year that he lives with us. So it is not easy to live with your son who is over 50, you see.
Wow.
But we managed to do it in peace, And we try, each of us try to live in harmony, because for me, harmony is the most important. So what I can say, I am the older sister, and everywhere I go, I play my role.
That's very important. That's very important. We women, we are always changing our roles. We are always wearing different hats wherever we are. Role of a mother, role of a sister, daughter, and different things. And that's the beauty, that we keep on switching. Because if we don't switch, we will not be doing the justice to that particular role that we are playing. Conchita, what do you think? What Giselle just said. Of a sister, can you also show us a little bit more who Conchita is? A little bit more of a role as a homemaker or as a career woman?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think that we have definitely a lot in common. As a career, what I have a very special path, but I'm not going to go long on that. But definitely many years, more than 15 years at sea level. So already as a woman, of course, it was a challenge every day. I don't have to tell you. So, you always have to prove that you can succeed. So, but I like challenges. You can be as good as males, so you can be even better. So anything I've been doing in my life, it always tried really to deliver the best of myself, and so that there was not too much debate about the result, being a woman or not. It's just about talent and deliverables. This is what is super important for me. My children, I have 2, are my everyday motivation. I really live and wake up, no matter I can really work restless, because those are really my vitamin. My children are really everything. So when the pandemic hit, that was really my first preoccupation as really a homemaker, was I have to protect my family. This is number one. And as a business person and as a career person, I said, I have to prove now that we're all stuck, that I have the capacities to really, not fall, to reinvent myself, to put things in place so that, of course, there is a future. And this is what I've been doing, of course, as being a career person, inventing solution for my flower business because it was stopped. So maybe finding markets in other parts of the world, which I did. I did sign contracts in the Gulf countries. And of course, I wanted, as being in sorrow for the world, what I want is to turn this in something very positive. And I created Willow Thrive, where my beautiful friend Ruby is part of. I wanted, after all this life, to give back to the community, even if the time was very difficult. I had this need to share what life has obliged me to learn, so that we could really help each other, men and women, by the way.
Very well said. It's like when we talk about women empowerment, it's not just empowering women, it's empowering both the genders. We say women empowerment more because we women are not sure about ourselves. We are not sure about our own capacities till someone gives us that push. You can do it. Go for it. That kind of a thing. And I'm really happy and proud to be part of Willow Thrive as a board member. It's really a privilege to be with such affluent ladies and share the platform for such important things like education, which is a must, and women empowerment and women in tech. Thank you. Thank you so much, Conchita. Nina, now I would like to know from you, your role as a homemaker. how you have been trying to find a balance, especially during pandemic.
Yeah, see, what I believe is that long-lasting fulfillment is not possible if we just focus on our career. So we need to accept our relationships, our health, and then our connection to ourselves. So basically, if we are connected to ourselves, then only we will be able to impart um, calmness to our children. Then only we can impart that uh, unconditional love when we are already connected to ourselves. Then only we can create that tranquility, that peace in our home. And especially during this pandemic, when my whole family was together, so I found it as a very good opportunity to be with them for so many months, and I preferred teaching them, because we were able to do um, everything together. We spend quality time and quantity time also with them. So that way, so many values when they are with you for 24 hours, then only it is able to, show them the real values by doing it ourselves. We just can't impose any value on them. So that was a very good opportunity to be with them during this pandemic.
Very well said. It's like pandemic has been, in some ways, people say, for some people, a blessing in disguise, because they were able to spend some quality time with their loved ones. Because normally in the rat race, we forget that. We are so busy with our careers, we are so busy with our own self in trying to establish our things, that we forget our partners, our children, our husbands or wives. So this was like a testing period, you can say, or a period where we actually went through understanding what is good and what is not good for ourselves. Thank you so much, Nina. That's really, really insightful. Now, Zalina, over to you. Please share how did you manage your career woman as well as homemaker role, especially during pandemic?
Yeah, that has been quite a transition. Well, in my past, I was a career woman, and then in New York City, and before I moved to Switzerland, I had a full-blown IT career, and then the fate of life, I landed up in Switzerland with the 2 kids, and then going through a challenging phase of a divorce 5 years ago, and with the kids having quite a bit of instability during this time was a huge, huge challenge. So during that time, I became so resilient. I believe I could have faced anything after going through a terrible divorce, which is still pending after 5 years. And today, COVID, I reckon this is in my own personal experience, and I know many other women probably have gone through the same, would attest to this, that the challenges we face in life gives us the opportunity to become our true self and live our true purpose. It helps us to become aware and conscious of who we really are, to become more creative, to connect deeper within and from the inside, and to find really that strength from within to do the most amazing things. Opportunities come, it just shows up. When one door closes, another opens. And I believe the challenges gives the strength to deal with the challenges of COVID. So for me, I believe COVID created opportunities. I was relaxed. I focused on meditation, yoga. I used that in my everyday life to give me purpose. It really has helped. And in my coaching business as well, I've used it, and it has transcended to others, and they can go on to help others too. And it really helps you to stay so much at peace. And also with my kids now are like reaching out to me after they've been through a terrible divorce, the whole transition of it. Now they're coming right back and asking me to sit with them and meditate and do yoga. And they felt like really powerful. And oh, sorry, what happened? Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I got knocked off the screen. Yeah. So I think challenges do bring opportunities, and COVID is an opportunity for each and every one of us to become our creative and best self. So I do agree with Nima, what she said as well, Conchetta and Giselle. to live in peace and harmony. And I think when we are peaceful inside, everything else around us becomes so peaceful.
Very well said. Very well said. We have to find peace within us first, instead of looking it here and there. First, try to be peaceful with yourself. Are you at peace? Are you really accepting your flaws? Because gone are the days when you had to be perfect in everything. Now people are talking about imperfections as well. So it's okay to make faults. It's okay to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Because what happens is when we are at peace with our flaws, our minus and plus, we are able to find peace and move together. Because that's when we need these sisterhood networks. That's when we need these men, to support us, to guide us, whichever way it is okay or not okay for any of us. So now I would like to know, maybe I can ask Conchita. Conchita, tell us, you mentioned that the business was completely not working. It was kind of taken a back seat. What were some of your main challenges, professionally that you faced that really made you strong and survive in a better way?
Well, first of all, I think that all the trust, all the credibility I've been building with my customers since I am entrepreneur, the last 8 years, they all sent me very nice messages. They all sent, just please keep on going. We will really reopen. I am, of course, the flower, in a special flower business. So just very, very briefly, I shared in the group, I was really working this morning. I said, I share with them. So I do long lasting floral art. Everything is organic and lasts for 3 to 5 years and doesn't need any water. So my customers were the hotels, the events, weddings, so everything which is absolutely down. So I think that the first support was really for my customers, really, to say, okay, I really have to find other solutions. I was more orientated B2B, so I said I have to maybe go digital. I have to find a solution for B2C, really to make these people happier while they are home and they are stuck. So I really started to develop that part. And then I also said that would be nice maybe to have a look at other countries where there were, maybe easier financial, in a better financial situation. So I, in a virtual way, I signed my first ever exclusive distributor agreement with the Gulf countries in Dubai. So you see, things can happen. As Alina said, it's an opportunity. Every difficulty is an opportunity. Really, it's a challenge. It's up to us to live this in a very passive way, and you just wait that this goes. And normally it doesn't work like that, or you really don't stop and you look for opportunities right now when the world is on hold. So I'm going back now in next week, and then I've have many opportunities rising there.
So that's really great. It's really wonderful. I would kindly request people to please put their off. We hear some noises in the backdrop. I would kindly request the person who has, yes, thank you so much. Because it's true, sometimes we get carried off. We are in so many sessions that we don't realize that we are on mute or it's on. So that was very insightful. Thank you, Conchita, for sharing your thoughts. It's true, when businesses are working well, everyone is happy. When businesses don't work well or we are facing problems, that's the real test of how to survive and how to resist it. So that was really very well shared. Giselle, I want to hear from you now, because you have been, you started your business at the age of, if I'm not wrong, at 50. Ladies, 50. Please hear that.
But I was still working when I was 15, because I had to work very young.
So now please tell us, how do you face the challenges? And you're still going strong. You're still such a strong motivator for all of us. How do you do that? How did you win over it?
Okay. When I came back from Asia, it was just one day before the lockdown. So I was in Brussels, and I was almost the only one in the airport. I thought, where did I arrive? What is happening? You see, because nobody there. Usually there are so many people. And I was wanting to drink something after a long flight. and there was nothing open. So I was like surprised to be in such a place. And when I arrived in Geneva, people said, "Oh, we don't have to take the train; it's dangerous." So I called my husband, and from my place here, he came by car to pick me in Geneva. He never do that. I take the train, even if I am very tired, and even if it is very late. But he was worrying too, so he came to pick me, and so during the way from the airport to Bienne, around 150 kilometers, we were speaking about what was happening. And I just say, oh, if I have to rest for a few weeks, it's okay, because I have done so much the last years. And perhaps it's good for me to be quiet. And just after, I decided to go for a walk every day. And because we live in a nice place in the mountain. And one morning, you see, it was all this story about the COVID. You know that, I will not tell you. And I was not really afraid for myself. I was afraid for the world. And one morning, I saw what we call in French a personnage. That is this very small flower, white flower, who come just the first flower who come in March. You see, end of February. And I look at the meaning of this personnage, and the meaning is courageous, and living forever, and overcoming all what can happen. And says, oh, I received a message from a little flower who is fighting to live. And so you see, every year, this year we are celebrating 25 years for the Lance. And so this little flower gave me the idea to create the new collection for the Lance. I will not tell you too much about don't to exceed my time, but the collection is Floralia, and you can see it on thelance.com. And there is a nice story about that, because I have the chance to have a lot of imagination, and when things happen, I create a story. And that is probably what makes me overcoming the odds. And if you want to know more, as we are all businesswomen, I don't hesitate to make some publicity. You can find my story, Butterfly in a Storm. I took the German one, but you can have the English one, which is A Butterfly in a Storm. And soon we will have the French and the Spanish. And during this period, we translated it in Spanish and French. So I was very occupied. So I was sad for everybody, but for myself, it was okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Giselle. It's true, pandemic has been having some, different, for different reasons. People have been happy, sad, connected, disconnected. And some people even went into depression because they did not know how to deal with it, because it was like they were all by themselves. So it was kind of getting a bit crazy. They were not okay. So yes, it was not the best situation for most of the people. Having said that, Meena, I would like to ask you, what do you feel about, the overall scenario, like, how it went for you, especially during pandemic? What were some of the challenges you faced as a homemaker? I would like to know that. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, actually, it was not very difficult for me, because here I would say that meditation and mindfulness practice, it really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If we have been doing it for past few years, and we get so used to it, because mindfulness always teaches us to go with the flow. We can easily accept, which is very unexpected. So it helps us to go with the flow, and I didn't find it very challenging for my um, career point of view and family point of view, because I truly believe and practice in living life moment to moment. So if we start living moment to moment, and and it keeps our mind very stable, very calm, it accepts whatever is coming to you, and then spontaneity also works here. Like if we do a lot of planning, like the people you are mentioning, that many people they underwent depression, and they were not able to handle. So because when we do a lot of plannings, and if we do not go and things do not go as per our plans, and then we become anxious. Suddenly we become we become that we become very anxious, and we just don't know that how to accept and how to change our plans suddenly. So they have fears of change, they have fear of rejection, that no, we can't accept this situation, because uh, we might have we might face this, we might face that. So many assumptions, they start assuming things which are actually um, create a lot of anxiety, and it becomes difficult for them to uh, be in that present moment and accept it fully. So I can find it very challenging, because it helps in becoming the right epitome for our children also, when they see that how beautifully our parents are accepting the situation joyfully, peacefully, and every moment we can make it worthwhile, instead of assuming that what will happen if this will continue, what will happen. I mean, if you just believe in living present moment fully, things go away. I mean, swiftly, things changes automatically. If we believe in energies, automatically work if we are connected to our source.
Well said. I completely agree what you just mentioned. It's true. When we believe in ourselves, we emerge stronger. But when we self-doubt, we are always going in circles. We are not sure how to go over what things should be taken into consideration so that I come out of that self-doubt. And I think that's where, especially, things go out of control, because, as you said, for some it was challenging, and for some it was like not of a challenge. It was just like another day. So it definitely has something which sometimes people see loud and clear, and sometimes people are struggling because they don't see it very well. So thank you so much, Nina, for your insight. Now I would like to ask Zelina, what do you think, what were some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you really overcome and make it like a part and parcel of life?
Okay, well, as a product formulator and I'm developing the brand, I used the opportunity to spend time and focus on developing it more. And as it is a time for the conscious level in the beauty industry, beauty and wellness industry just rose, it just exploded. It gave me the opportunity to really tap into some more creativity and develop new products that will help to align with what is happening in the world right now for cleaner, greener, and more conscious products out there. So my Pristine brand became, and I just channel a lot of attention into it. As I say, where focus goes, attention, where focus goes, energy flows. And that's what happened. So the external noise became really insignificant, as well as, reaching out to good friends and family, and also having a job. I also work as a financial consultant. So that part of it also developed, where the company, they developed their, the Zoom calls and everything became digital. And the clients were just jumping on board and learning the new technologies, how to sit in front of Zoom like what we're doing here right now. So created this space of mind, focus on really the things that I want in life. And that's where the energy went. And I felt good because every day went by, I did something that was meaningful. And I felt fulfilled every time I was able to help someone in the space of wellness and also financial well-being. It lifted my spirits, and it also helped someone out there who is in the midst of a crisis and unable to accept the challenges right now. It helped them to shift their pivot and shift their mindset into one that is a growth mindset. So I think the challenges of COVID really, as I said earlier, brought on opportunities for each and every one of us. And for those who are still asleep, need to be awake. Need to be awakened. And I think that is not just awake, meaning, you know, in the sense of being awakened internally. That's your spiritual awakening to see what really is in front of us and how we can harness it to create harmony and peace. As Giselle said, her mission is to bring harmony in this world and peace, and the same, it's very much like Giselle. So that's one way I would say of really helping my state of challenges. There are many other things I've done, but I would like to give the opportunity to others to speak as well.
Great. Any insights anyone would like to share? Daniel, would you like to share something to what Zelina said?
Well, hello, Ruby, and everyone. I feel kind of special in this group, listening in. I think I might be the only, shall we say, man on board. And it's been fascinating actually tuning in. For the rest of you, I work with Zelina in the day part of her job in the financial services business. So actually what's been fascinating listening in is that there's so little testosterone floating around in this conversation. I'm used to the more kind of business focused, although actually in the whole financial services business and wealth management, which is my kind of daily focus, it's become a lot softer and a lot sort of more holistic, you know, in term, which is fascinating because it's kind of technology in many ways that's sort of, you know, driven that, you know, because we can't sit down in front of people face to face as much as we used to do, you know, in my world and in most of our worlds. And you get into this whole other dimension of almost existentialism in conversations, and you think it's about, well, you know, my role and you know, with Zelina, when we're focusing on financial well-being, you know, if you go back a couple of years, was mostly maybe focused around the more mathematical calculation. You know, what do you have today? You know, what do you want tomorrow, and what do you need to do to get there? And you know, these are the things that you need to do. And you know, what's been fascinating in this whole last 18 months is, you know, just a much you know, appealing evolution of the discussions and the conversations. And it's interesting, like, just, you know, I've been a great supporter of Zelina in you know, her evolving roles over the past number of years. And you know, she was one of the first in our group that sort of, you know, combined the whole idea of health and wealth, and your health is your wealth, and you haven't got one, you haven't got the other. And you know, I'd seen that being adopted by our CEO and other leaders in our organization. And it just makes for just a whole better sort of value conversations. That we and it's just been fascinating that this is a lot of it has been so driven by conversations that are actually not happening face to face. So anyway, sorry if I digressed or went off point there. My apologies. You woke me into action here. I wasn't expecting to be a contributor. I came on really to kind of knowing you through Zelina and all the great work you do. But it's been a privilege actually to sit here and listen into the various contributors, and thank you for the opportunity to and Giselle's story of seeing the flower. I don't come across those wonderful stories as I go through my daily work. So absolute pleasure to take a pause and jump into something different and enjoy the conversation that you're having here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your words. It's true, when we are having these kind of conversations, not every time we are able to see what we know and what we are still wanting to know. As you said, we like listening to stories. There's no age for listening to stories and appreciating others' good points and learning from those good points. And that's how we try and keep on building peace within ourselves. Conchetta, I want to know your mantra of peace, because I know you're a person who is very passionate and very, very resilient. So please share with us your mantra of inner peace.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I would like to share this. First of all, if you allow me, my beautiful sister, I would like, I don't know if you know, but we have been we will go to launch health and well-being programs at Willow Thrive. So I already officially invite with your, of course, with your assistant, my dear sister, Zelina and Nina. I would be really honored to have you on board because, this is going to be the future. So number one is to focus, as Zelina said, it's the focus. Well, the pandemic has also allowed some other businesses to develop. So it's up to us to see where the innovation is taking shape and of course focus there because we are smart people, we are professional, we are executives. This is number one. And then I really would love to give a message to all the ladies here and gentlemen, is that the only way, according to me, all my years of experience, to be strong enough to find your inner peace is to get rid of whatever it is negative. Sometimes it takes, unfortunately, a lot of energy to get dissociated from people, things and situations you don't like. And then I've gone through so much, but that's the real power, is to say no, even if it's not easy, and to say no, even if you are in need. Because that's the only way to be connected with your inner side. That's the only way. And believe me, even if you think, oh, I will not be working with her, she has thousands and millions and followers, and maybe who cares? She doesn't or he doesn't get along with your values. Please don't be afraid to disconnect, because that's really the only way. When you are connected to your values, to what you really believe is the right thing, and to listen to your guts, you cannot be wrong. No matter if you're afraid of the instability we are all going through, be financial, be the future, whatever, be strong, because that's the only way. Just be really strong with yourself, what you believe is the right thing to do. That's really a very, very good message, because yes, we are women. Yes, we want to help each other, but women without the same values, they cannot work together. So the women empowerment, as my friend Ruby said, is not just, we're all women, so we are supposed to help each other. That's unfortunately not the way. So we are all adults here. So just please remain connected with your real values. That's what I wanted really to share. And thank you very much for having given me the opportunity to share very, very openly with people. With this audience, which is amazing, really. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Conchetta, for sharing your real golden nuggets, I would say, of finding peace. It's really a must, like once you are at peace with yourself, you start sharing. Like you said, okay, I would like to do it with Zelina and Nina, we are just discovering each other. And the more we discover, the more we see where I can connect with Chanchal, where I can connect with Daniel, even if I don't know much about them, but just seeing and hearing their thoughts, somewhere we resonate with those thoughts. And that's where we want to connect and make the best of it and evolve as a person. Giselle, please share your thoughts. how do you find inner peace in your daily life?
I have a few tips. First, I would say the same like Conchita, so I will not say it again. I will say something special from myself. I very much like to enjoy small joys, small pleasures, and spending some time to buy flowers and to arrange them, to give them water in the morning, and just to enjoy little things during the day. I make meditation every day. I try, and also I walk. And what I would like to say, because when I walk, I very often met people who are just looking their feet. You see, they walk and they see nothing around them. They don't see the flowers. They don't see the blue skies. They don't see the other people. They see nothing. And if you don't look, you cannot see. If you just look your where you put your feet and clear, you don't fall. But if you are very used to walk without looking your feet, you never fall. You see, what we have to look is to look in front of us, to look uh, what is around us. And if you go for a walk, there is always hundreds of things to discover and to make you happy. And that is one of the things. And I have two things that I will want to say. In English, I am not the old sister, I am the big sister. Even if I am the old one. But now I have found the word. And I also found the word for this little flower. It is the snowdrop in English. And what I want also to share is to see the beauty in life and to see the beauty in the other, and not judge, because you see people, they judge all the time. And if we judge, it makes us unhappy, because we see what is wrong in the other, or what is wrong in the weather, or what is wrong in that and that. But if you have in mind that you don't judge, if something happened that you don't like it very much, instead of judging, how can I overcome that? How can I, if it is raining, okay, I take my boots and an umbrella, and it's okay, or like this. Now we really have, at least in Switzerland, because in Switzerland, the country where the richest in the world, in peace, and so when you go out, people, they are not happy. And sometimes I would like to check them and say, why are you like that? And they say, oh, this is horrible. Okay, but you can overcome it.
Very well said, Giselle. Very, very true, very true. It is normal, in Hindi, there is a saying, people always talk. People never stop, whether you are good or you are bad. Logon ka kaam hai kehna, I'm just too much tempted to say that in Hindi, because in English it doesn't make the same impact. So I think Chanchal and Nina would understand that very well, the sentiment. No matter what you do, people will always comment. If it is something good, they might clap for some time, but they will think, how can we criticize that person? How can we pull him down? And that's where peace plays a very, very important role. We're not talking about the world peace. We're not talking about the peace when we need an army to settle down. We're talking about the peace which is inner, which is known to you. You understand how much you're at peace. You understand how much you are kind of fluttering inside, like I would just give my example as a speaker. When I went for my TEDx talk, I was shaking, even though I have been speaking on different platforms, but I was shaking. But the moment I was on the platform, the moment I was on the stage and the spotlight was on me, I was like, make it. This is your chance. Just go for it. And that's exactly what we all have in life. Life always gives us chances. It's us If only we are having that peaceful thought within us, we grab that opportunity. But if the moment we miss that, like it's a fraction of a second, you miss it and boom, it's gone. And that's what makes you feel comfortable with your emotions. The more and more you're comfortable, Giselle, doesn't matter which language you speak, French, English, Italian, German, as long as you are able to connect with the language of love, you find peace. So I remember my days here in Switzerland. I was struggling with French, but I still made so many friends with sign language. I would always do like this, English, and then I would do like this. So that's my way of getting to people. Zalina, please share your mantra, because you are into beauty, you are into wellness, you are into healthy living. So please share with our audience, how do you find peace?
Oh, that is very simple. I think just distract yourself, take away all the negative thoughts. Don't ever, even if you have if you're in a situation where you're surrounded by negativity, just walk away, step away. Always take a bird's eye view, and you will always connect. You will always find that inner peace, and you realize that, you know what? We can laugh at something, right? We can go ha 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 when it's funny, right? And then at the same time, we can just switch to being sad and angry about something. So I always ask myself, which one will I choose? Should I choose to be like sad, angry, anxious, unhappy, or should I choose to be happy? I'd rather be happy always. And I always choose happiness among everything else. Even in my darkest hour, my traumas, I always look towards the brighter side and say, like, okay, this brain, I like the neuroscience of everything. The brain, how the brain works, the amygdala. The amygdala is what makes us like, oh my God, I'm stressed about it. But if we can control our thoughts, we can control our entire life. We can steer. We are the master of our destiny. We can steer it, and we have to be in control of our thoughts. So some of my little principles that I live by daily, I would say daily habits, things that I've cultivated throughout my lifetime, I'm way over many, like decades of doing this. The first thing I love to do when I wake up in the morning is just give thanks to just being grateful for just being alive, being healthy, having to sleep on a beautiful, comfortable bed, to have a roof over my head, and knowing that my home, I have food and my beautiful kids. And these are the simple things. And then walk outside and connect. Even when it's snowing, I walk outside bare feet because I so feel I want to connect with nature. And this is like the essence of my whole life. When I wake up in the morning, I just walk out in the garden. And now it's spring, so it's beautiful. And I stayed there for about 2 or 3, at least 3 minutes, the minimum. And then this warmth just goes up from under the feet, because you have a lot of connectors at the bottom, the base of your feet. And this warmth just like sends this exhilarating feeling throughout the body. And I feel so happy. And this is one way I love to inspire, people I work with. And they have tried it, and it actually works. It puts them in a different mood. It actually sets a tone for your day, which is simply amazing. And then do some meditation, which really connects the spirit, body, mind, and takes you within at least 10 to 15 minutes. I know it takes time to really get the hang of it and get into your habit. But once you cultivate this over time, it becomes your norm, becomes part of you. You don't want to leave it anymore, because it does something great. Your eyes are glowing, your mood, when you walk into a room, you're the ray of sunshine. And who don't want to be a ray of sunshine wherever you go? And with that energy, it transmits, it transcends to others. And they're like, what are you doing that makes you feel that you look like this? These are it's ancient wisdom. My mom used to do all of this in the morning. And once the sun is up as well, I would stand, I go out of my garden into the public space, and the sun comes right into my face. And I just give thanks, and I stand in that power, and I feel my power, the energy from the universe in the sunshine. And I think it's so elevating. And these are some basic practice among other things, which are like healthy eating, just not eating bad foods. You become, after years of, developing this, this norm, this habit, you realize that our body, your body is your temple. Why should we abuse our body? The same way we would take care of a premium car, we would go to the service station, the gas station. We have choices, right? And there is what is called, I forgot, diesel. You have the premium. You take the premium and you put it in your car for it to run smoothly. So why not we do the same for our bodies? And I think this is something that I think COVID hit us on the head. We take care of our bodies. And when we take care of our bodies, everything are in sync. We wouldn't be suffering from diseases. We would feel so alive and energized. We help our brain to send the right neurotransmitters out, the hormones, the dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin. That helps us to stay in flow, and that's the happy hormones. So what more do we want in life, right? Just to be happy. And these are the simple things that I live by. Something else is about, our basic setting the intention. It was just one of the most powerful principles, I believe, in life. When we set the intention, you set it to bring into any situation you are in. Once you set the intention, nothing can come in your way. It is the key to authentic power. And I believe it's the truest path to our life that is filled with hope and connects to the heart. And that's what I believe.
Very well said. Very well said. It's like I really resonated with most of the things that you said, Zalina. So rightfully said. You said all the basic things, which is like, our mothers, our grandmothers would share with us. Those were some of the things which I think everyone in the room, somehow resonates. Will Nina or Giselle like to add something, to what she just mentioned? Anything, Nina?
Yeah. So here I would like to say, beautifully said. She covered almost all the points. And my mantra is, which I have learned later in my life and practicing also, and, and experiencing a drastic transformation in my life because of those changes. So basically, the thing is that our natural state is peaceful and joyful. It is our natural state. We keep putting efforts to make ourselves peaceful and make ourselves joyful.
Very true.
But we really don't know that it is our natural state. And because of wrong thinking or conditional thinking, or because of wrong beliefs, which we learn from our situations or circumstances or society or family sometimes. So it is our wrong beliefs which make us, anxious, and, and then we become unhappy and not at a peaceful state because of our wrong thinking. So if we just keep on practicing and removing those negativities from ourselves, as they said that we have to run away from negative people. So here, how far we can run away from them? We just cannot judge everybody. This way we will keep judging outsiders, whether he's negative or positive. So instead of judging them in negative or positive, if we just start changing our own thinking, gradually we will start attracting right people in our life, and negative will naturally, they will leave us, because their energy will not match with our energies, and they will not be comfortable with us, and we don't have to put any efforts in running away from them and saying anything to them, because any action, it changes our vibrations, our peaceful state. So I believe that if we change our thinking, it changes everything around us.
Well, true. I totally agree. It's I was just want to jump in and Newton's law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you put the positive energy into something, right, what's going to happen? You get a positive effect. So it's that simple. But I think a lot don't get it. It's what you put. That's what you're going to get.
Very true. Very true.
The computer, we had a hardware, and if we put the wrong software in, hello.
Yeah.
So you're going to get.
Most of the time, it is we who start expecting a lot of things from ourselves. Outsiders doesn't make any changes in ourselves, but we are the ones who start expecting more from ourselves. So, and most of the time, I have observed, if we do introspection, then I learned that it is that we start comparing ourselves with outsiders, and those are really mismatched comparisons. Like we tend to compare our worst moments with someone's best moments, and that creates anxiety, and then we lack confidence. And so if we just stop doing this kind of comparisons and expectations from ourselves and just go with the spontaneity without making lots of plans, like some plans are okay, but we start making loads of plans and we just try to follow those plans, and that creates anxiety in us. So if we just believe in spontaneity, as she said that every morning she just go outside and gaze the sky and nature, and she is with the nature. So nature always teaches us that things are very effortless, and phases are there also. Like some days we will be sad, but we should not give any emphasis on that oh, it is a sad day. Okay, it is a phase, because moon has also phases. Whole cosmos is oscillating. So we just cannot believe that no, it's a bad day for me, or this is a bad situation for me, or I'm in a wrong place. I mean, everything happens in life, and it never stays. It keeps oscillating, it keeps changing. So we are not stuck at one place if we just go take it effortlessly.
Very well said. Very true, Reena. All the things that you mentioned about phases of moon, phases of life, phases of us as women, they all go together. It's very true. Yes, Giselle, I would see that Giselle wanted to share. Please. Yes.
Yeah. It is rather a question. I very much like this meeting, and I would like to ask you if you will do it regularly, if you intend to make it like a Zoom once a month, and that we invite other people, because I received the invitation almost too late to ask my friend to participate. And I believe that we are now in the situation where we must empower each other. Yes. And the friend of my friend are my friend, and I hope that a friend of your friend are my friend. You see, we have to develop this spirit of empowering each other. It will be with you and with me. I don't know if I empower you or if you empower me, but when I am with you, I feel very empowered. and so you see, it is not a question. I am an old lady. You see, I am 75 soon, and but my mind is not old. When I am with you, I don't judge myself. I don't judge you. I don't think, oh, she's too young, she does not know. No, you are young. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of things to bring to the world, and I appreciate you. And I also appreciate that you appreciate to be with me. And so that is why here, all of us, we are now only 4. I think we share a lot of things, and we can empower each other. We can support each other. And what could we do to activate, to make the synergy work between all of us. You see, I will just tell you, I want to organize a big party, or not party, I don't know, meeting, I will say, because the last is 25 years old this year.
Wow, congratulations.
And I want to, if as soon as it is possible, to invite my friend to some place I don't know yet. I just have this idea, but and also perhaps that my friend can take their friends with them. I don't want to be more than 50 or even 100. I don't know. I have no idea now. But that is why, Ruby, I would like to speak with you, perhaps with Alina, with Nina. But Nina, you are in India.
No, I'm in Geneva.
So we can meet.
Yeah. No, she's in Geneva. She can definitely come. We'll discuss about it offline because it's nice, that she's having this great event, and it'll be nice because it's all finding peace. It's finding something to celebrate, because when we have these kind of things, it definitely makes us comfortable in our own space, and sharing it with others makes it even better because you're able to evolve more as a person. I'll definitely, Giselle, connect with you, other people also who are based in Switzerland, so that more and more people can attend that event, and it will be a memorable event for everyone, right?
So you will organize an event every month?
Yeah.
I'll try. I'm not promising, but I will definitely try, because I'm getting a lot of people saying that we can organize some events. So definitely, if all three of you at least here on this forum are okay, then we can talk about it offline and discuss it further, right? we are running out of time, so that's why I would like to summarize to what we discussed. It was really, really amazing to have all of you. Conchita had to leave because she had her business running, and she had just come to attend and be a part of it because she had promised. But it was really nice listening to each and everybody's thoughts. And as Giselle said, that I am 70 plus, she says I'm 70 plus, but I always find her younger at heart. Wherever we meet, we always giggle like schoolgirls. I never feel, even though I say that she's my godmother in Switzerland, but we always giggle like schoolgirls, about silly things. And that's what the beauty is, in whatever thing, like she has beautiful flowers behind her, red or pink flowers. You have plant behind you, everyone has something behind, because we are always looking for something that gives us peace, and makes us smile. And as Zarina, you said, smiling, just smile, just be happy.
Smile and the world smiles back at you, right?
Very true, very true. You look at the mirror, if you make a frowny face, like, the mirror will make that face for you. If you smile, the mirror is going to smile back at you. So it resonates, your thoughts, your feelings, inner thoughts, they resonate with what you are feeling. So try to connect. I would just say that's my mantra piece. Try to connect with like-minded people. You might take some time to evolve. You might take some time to understand. But once you have, don't leave them. Don't leave those group of people who give you happiness, because the world is full of different kinds of people. We have toxic people as well. We have wonderful people as well. So try to keep the toxins away, because they make you go in the wrong direction, in the negative direction, and try to evolve. And it's only possible, when you have that tribe, you identify that tribe, stick to them. I'm not saying calling them every now and then, meeting with them every now and then. No, but when you are having some trouble, or when you are not at peace, you can have their hand, you can have their back for you, right? So with that, ladies, I really, really wish we had more time, but as Zidal said, we are going to connect more. We are trying to do that, fingers crossed. So I like to end this session with a little prayer. Okay, it's a peace prayer. Chanchal is also having some issues with the network, so I don't know whether she'll be able to join or not. But
no, I'm able to join you.
Okay, Chanchal. Great.
I'm there. Yeah, I cannot on my camera due to network and connectivity issue, but yes, finally God has given me the opportunity to be there with you all.
Oh, I'm so happy. So yes. Chanchal, thank you, really a big thanks before we start the peace prayer. Big thanks to you for taking this amazing initiative as the founder of 3H Companion, which is bringing people together. You know, we were together, 18 collaborates from India came together for this session, which is not a joke. Despite the fact everyone had sick parents or sick children
Yes.
or sick spouses, but the show went on because it was for peace. It was not for some business.
Right.
It was not for
Right.
some making money or something. It was for bringing peace and prosperity
Yes.
in the lives of people. So really big thanks to Chanchal and all the other people
Other
who were a
people.
part of it. Yes,
Right.
all the other people who
And
were a part of it.
And it's a big thank to Ray Academy and all the panelists, those who have shared their insights, their experiences, which I think have made many rich in their coming lives, and even when they are applying to their lives. You know, when few things, whatever all have spoken, Ma'am Nina beautifully put up something related to connection, because connection only brings cultivation, and then cultivation brings contribution. So altogether everybody has shared their experiences, how they have come up with all the problems if come to the life, because life is such, we have sometimes sorrow, sometimes happiness, and once we learn to cope up, once we learn to deal and always focus and stay calm in those situations, that's only the tranquility or peace. So beautifully articulated, framed by all of you. Thank you so much from 3H family and all associates. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Big thanks to you. And thank you to Sanjeevani World School as well. And all the people who are helping me behind the scenes, who are not on the screen, but they're helping the technical people who have made this show successful. And, you know, we are live on 2 different platforms. It's all thanks to those people who are working behind the scenes and bringing peace in our lives. So that's the way we have to light the lamps of happiness, of prosperity, of sharing and caring, because the more you share and show care, you will evolve as a person. So I'm going to
Very
share the
right.
screen. I'm going to share the screen
Very right.
again so that you all can see and chant this mantra with me.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Loka samhasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samhasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samhasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So for Giselle and Zelina and all the viewers who are watching us, this is a very peaceful prayer that brings peace in our lives. So I'll just read the meaning which is there on the screen. May all the worlds be happy. May all the beings be happy. May none suffer from grief. Om, peace, peace, peace. May peace prevail in our lives, because the more we try to find peace, the more world becomes a better place to live. So really, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I wish you good luck. I wish you good happiness. And as we say, COVID is all about social distancing, not emotional distancing.
Correct.
Very right. Very
Please
right.
connect.